All systems recording, and I have checked it. My audio is here, my video is here, all red lights are on. We are recording. So, hello and welcome to Casual Leaves. Today, I'm sure I'm recording all my videos properly. My camera is on, my mic is on, but I really don't want to record this video. Okay, so today I'm talking about thrips, and I knew I had thrips on one of my Monstera Thai Cons, and I've been treating it since about a week, I guess, a little more than a week. But today I found it on this guy, this big Monstera here, the large form. I got this recently, about a month back, and it's one of my favorite plants because it adds such a good look to this room where all my plants are. Some of my plants are, and I was afraid that it's gonna catch thrips, and today it has. Not today, of course, it had it. I saw it today. So I thought it would be good to cover this journey. When I first found thrips on my Monstera Thai Con, which I'll show now, I thought I'm going to go into a whole deep search on YouTube and I'm going to find the way for it and it's not going to spread and I'm going to control it. And I couldn't do that, of course. And I'm doing the basic things, which is neem oil solution, which is what everyone does for treating thrips, but it spread bad. It spread into my 4 monsteras. We're going to see all of them. Let me start with the first one. And as I show you things, I'm going to be talking about showing you rather images or clips of thrips. It may not be pleasant, so just warning you on that. So here is my Monstera Thai Con, which has had thrips. Now this is the worst case of the thrips that I got, so I have completely chopped off the plant, hence there's no plant. The only good thing right now for me to show here is that it's already pushing out new growth, so that's pretty cool. Now this Monstera Thai Con, actually let me just show you this bit also. There is another growth point here, so it has 2 growth points, so not all is lost. Now this was my third Monstera Thai Con. So I had 2 Thai Cons before. They were from Paradise Yash. They had thrips. They never survived. They fell. Thrips kept coming back. Leaves broke. Everything bad happened. Finally, they're out of my life. I got a third one, and this was a really good plant. I got it from a very good renowned local nursery. So I got it in person, and it was pushing leaves. They were getting smaller at times, but it was doing something or the other. And then it got thrips. And it was just like a slow plant, and then I found this Thai Con here. Just gonna show this too. So then I had 2 Thai Cons. This is of course like a bigger one. It had some 12 leaves. I think it has 2 shoots also. This is a separate plant and this is a separate plant. This one is even trying to push out a new leaf, which is all white or creamy, if I can say. And this is a big plant, so I found it and I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. I got this from the same place that I got this one from, but this one was so big and I'm like, I need to get it because this one was just a 3-leaf plant. Anyway, this got barrier. It had spider mites and then got thrips, and I posted a story about it and people helped me identify. Actually, the Aeroid artist on Instagram helped me identify that it was thrips. So the initial sign for me was that it was pushing out a new leaf, a brand new leaf, and it was suddenly it had picked up. It was pushing out leaves back to back a bit fast for the last 2 leaves. So I was very happy and surprised. But then the last leaf, it was all brownish, and then suddenly it got these blotchy black marks. I'll try and put the pictures if I have. And I couldn't understand what it was. In fact, there are thrips on this also right now, I guess. I'll show you. So those blotchy marks, I thought they are fertilizer burn, but they were not. They were thrips. And the minute I identified that, I showed it again to a couple of people, and then I decided I'm just going to chop it up because the damage was too much. So I chopped off from here, this bit. So I chopped off this section here. That was the main thing. And then I just put it in water. I had planned to pot it up, but somehow I got really busy. My work took all my time and I couldn't really pot it up. There are dead roots here. There is a lot of soil also. Not a lot, but there's some soil and roots which need to be taken care of. But it nevertheless started pushing this growth point, so I was happy. After that, I found thrips on my very old but small normal Monstera Deliciosa. So this guy here, I could never see thrips on it, but now I know it had it because of this new leaf. This was the latest leaf, and you can see the damage. So this also is a type of a damage, the sign of a thrip-ridden plant. Like the wonky leaves, the new leaves will go all wonky in growth. So this here is another sign of a thrip damage. This type of browning, so initially I thought it's of course like a watering issue or some other issue or a humidity issue, any other issue I thought it could be, but it was thrips. And so that's one sign. So typically new leaves get attacked the most because thrips, basically they will suck all the sap inside of the fresh new leaf and even existing leaves. That's what they do. So thrips will get into the layer, the inner part of the leaves, and they'll start sucking out all the energy, all the sap, and your leaf will die and your plant will die. And they multiply really fast. Like they are asexual, so just a female alone can lay 80 to 200 eggs in a day overnight, and so you will keep catching up and you will not be able to get rid of it if you're not treating it right. So treatment becomes very important. It's not a type of pest that you can just leave the plant be with and it will fix itself. No. I thought spider mites are troubling, but no, thrips of course are. It's easy to deal with spider mites because they don't come back so soon. These guys on the other hand are very fast to multiply. Now this guy here, this gave me this newest leaf recently. Even this, like, it kind of passes to be a normal leaf, but it's not. It is a bit wonky. I could see that when it was hardening up. It will not show here on the cam, but it was a bit pale. The leaves start going pale and there was some blackening happening, and then I saw the thrips on it. They were roaming all over it, and I'll try and show the pictures of that. So I'm worried now of this new leaf because they attack the newest leaves a lot. So since the time I know it's pushing out a new leaf and I know that it has thrips, I have been spraying neem oil on it every single day. I've sprayed at night because if you're spraying neem oil, you don't want sunlight to be hitting the plant. And then we'll get to the close-up of this guy. Let me take you there. So I would keep my Thai Con here on this box, and my Deliciosa would be here in the corner. So all of these plants have been touching each other, and that's my worry because my Linearis is here, my Synapsis Silver is here. They all are touching each other, but it's too late now to worry about that. But anyway, there was this new leaf that this big Monstera plant was pushing, and it had mealies actually, so I was treating it for mealies, which is when today I saw thrips on it. And I was expecting it, so 1 second. Yeah, so this leaf actually had thrips in the morning, and I have thoroughly cleaned it with neem oil today. So this section here, now the light may or may not allow you to see it, but you see this whole brownish thing here. There are these kind of marks, and this whole area is brown. There's a lot of browning here. Even at the tips there is browning, and it's just like a very pale, very sad looking new leaf, which it should not be. So that's a sign of thrips damage. Now the plant is very huge, and I'm worried about this new leaf which the plant is trying to push on this large leaf there, right over there. So I'm really worried that if the thrip damage enters there, the thrips basically go and sit there, then I'm gone. Okay, so I'm back here with my magnifying glass. So I got this a few days back, actually not for plants, but it is to be used for that as well. I got this for actually comic books. So there are some nice Mad magazines which my partner loves and he wants to read them, and they're like the really tiny art in them. So this comes with like a little light thing in it with a LED light of 2 different levels, so I can actually use it to see the plants. So that's how I noticed today that I have thrips. So all you kind of do is place this in front of course, the plant. You adjust the distance, and then you can easily observe any pests. I would advise not to get it because you're going to go mad if you get addicted to finding pests, which is what we don't want. But anyway, I got some footage of the thrips today. So this was the whole identifying bit of the process. So thrips are these small, initially silvery kind of long elongated pests. Over time they'll change color, goldenish, brownish, blackish in different stages. They have different life stages. A single individual female can asexually produce 80 to 200 eggs overnight, and these eggs are inside the layers of the leaf, so you can't really get there. So you can keep spraying. Now the solution is to keep spraying neem oil onto it if you're going for natural solutions. So neem oil works best. I go for about 2-3 ml in 1 liter of water diluted, and I spray them nicely, heavily, with sharp force of my spraying machine, my spraying bottle, onto the leaves. So I take the whole plant into the sink, I spray them well enough, and I repeat it every night. Earlier I would do it weekly or 3 to 4 days, but if the infestation is too bad, it's best to do it daily. Now the eggs which are inside the layers of the leaves, they're gonna hatch soon, and you will just keep going behind it. And it's a long process. It will take a few weeks, a few months, a couple of months for this to go away. So the other solution, if it's really bad, is to go for systematic treatments, which is, I want to actually read about this thing I learned today. So I asked on Instagram again if someone can suggest a solution. So Aeroid Artist suggested that I go for a systematic treatment with Acephate. It's a blend of Acephate with Imidacloprid. So that's the thing. I will maybe flash the image on the screen. So that is kind of for pests, which are kind of sucking kind of pests, which will suck the energy out of the plant leaves. It destroys those. I found this another one which is for thrips specifically, but I haven't tried it. Thrips and aphids and whiteflies. So that's another one. So these two I think are what I found to be still better ones, but I'm going to order this because I can't take a chance. And now that I am treating this whole section, all of my plants, I don't think neem oil alone, I mean, wasting my time with just neem oil on so many plants will work. So I'd rather go for the best thing. And this is like not my first time having thrips. They have come back many times. So it makes sense that I go for a systematic treatment this time. So I am going to try this. The way to try a new thing, of course, would be to try it on one leaf first. If you can, if you have the patience, try it on one leaf or one part of the plant instead of going all hog all over every plant and then losing your plants in case it reacts badly. So these are 2 things you can do. Third, of course, is isolation. Very, very important. Isolate the plants. So this guy is moving away from here. I'm going to take him in the other room, which means that it's going to get a different type of a light, maybe less light. Maybe it's not going to push good new growth or leaves, which is fine. So as long as it kind of gets released with thrips, it's fine. So I'm going to move this away. I'm going to move away this Thai Con. I'm going to move away this babylet of a Thai Con and my Monstera Deliciosa, the original one. So all of these will kind of have to find new places. This one already did. I've pushed it here separately on this wall. This guy can maybe remain. We'll see. The other 2 move to other different rooms. And it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a long time treating this now. And my worry is my other plants. So they will regularly get neem oil. And what I'm doing now is I don't care and I spray the plants where they are. Earlier I would take everything into the sink, clean the shelves and stuff like that, but I'm not doing it anymore. I have no patience or energy, and more importantly time. But that doesn't mean the plants don't get treatments. I'm just going to spray them where they are at night, and that would be more of a gentle kind of spraying, not very thorough and heavy, because I don't want to stain the walls or stain the shelves and the floors. So yeah, so that's about it. Thrips are serious pests. Do not just leave it, and also don't just give away on your plant. Like, of course, the last solution is to throw away the plant or chop off the leaves and bring it down completely to something like this, but that's an extreme cases and the history of the plant, right? So avoid that right in the beginning. Go for the treatments available, and I would love to hear your stories with thrips and your solutions, your treatments, what sprays you guys use, what time of the day and the frequency, how many times a week, and things like those. So do drop me a comment, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to chat on this in detail in the chats, in the comments below. And if you watched this video till the end, thank you so much. Do subscribe to the channel, do hit the like button, and if you want to see my next video, please do hit the notification bell so you can know when I upload next, and I will see you then. Bye.